watered by seepage from melting snowbanks. See? They're turning different colors because of fall. Ledges of bedrock thrust through a field of boulders dumped on a mountain shelf by retreating glaciers. Between the stones, wispy brown oak sedge and foot-high ruddy leaves, alpine knotweed have spread into every available crack and crevice. Look at all these rocks. Birds cling to the crevices and shallow shelves on the precipitous face of a crag amid swirling mists that creep up along gillies of gouged out by glaciers and enlarged by years of weathering. Alpine plants trust using a green network of fissures covering this glacier-home peak. The plant's root and cracks widen almost imperceptibly each year by frost action and root growth. It's froggy over there. Look at that mountain. The gaunt gray trunks of the firs mark the aftermath of a fire that swept across the crags a dozen years earlier. In the dry mountain air, where wood rots slowly, the dead trees will probably stand for decades. Shrubs have crept back among the rocks. Before the last trunk falls, a green wave of young firs will have regained the summit. See? And all these dead trees. Paragrass blooms along the Lolo Trail and stretch of high country in the Bitterroot Mountains, whose rounded summits are sheathed in the haze of a quiet July afternoon. These kind of look like jellyfish, do they? Chief Joseph, the brilliant leader of the Nez Perce, directs his warriors from the bow of a dugout as they push off a riding expedition in this engraving from a 1877 issue of Frank Leslie's illustrated newspaper. And you know, the Nez Perce is Kaya's tribe. Comment below if you've read the stories about Kaya. A yawning hole in the trench mortar flat bears witness to the devastating rout by the lava flows that once inundated the craters of the Moon region. Trench mortar flat is studded with such formations, whose resemblance to the Civil War mortars gives this proportion of the national monument its name. These features, known to the geologists as tree molds, were created as lava engulfed the tree, charring its trunk. Eventually the tree crumbled away, leaving its shape cast in lava. You see that? A gigantic volcanic hole yawns 200 feet deep, 600 feet wide, and 200 feet in circumference. The most awesome cavity in a chain of craters that extends in the northwest to southeast across the entire national monument. The summit of Big Cinder Butte, the tallest cone in the area, rises 800 feet above the plain. Limber pines, Douglas fir, and aspen find a foothold in the cone's cinders. Syringa and tansy bushes flourish on the lava in the foreground. Look at that big hole. And this is Big Cinder Butte. A growth of dwarf buckwheat, eventually evenly spaced by competition for nutrients, speckles in a cinder field on the southeastern side of Infernal Cone. A congealed river of lava, its surface cracked and cooling, cuts a broad downhill bed across the eroded remains of earlier eruptions. Lava remnants took on these torch shapes after frost action split the volcanic rubble. Lights and dots a cracked crust bomb, a lava clot solidified in air during eruption.